Galactic Mayan Weather Report family, back again here from Boston, Massachusetts. Now, if you are new to this page, I just want to welcome you. Welcome for being here. My name is Kelly, and what we are doing on this page is we are tracking the 13-day cycles of the Mayan Dreamspell calendar. Mayan Dreamspell calendar is a form of astrology that has roots and ties to the ancient Mayan mythology, culture, wisdom, way of living, and it's attuned to help us find our way to naturally sync up to life, and to know how to better align ourselves so that we can navigate what's present cosmically, because that's a really real thing. Just like putting on the weather on the TV and we're being influenced by the climate, we're also being influenced by energies and by cosmic events. So this is a space where we are dedicated to that, learning and growing and diving into the Mayan astrology. Now, some of you may have noticed, and I really appreciate some of you reaching out, I've been a bit distant, and there's reason for that, which I'll speak to in this video. But first, I want to welcome you into this yellow seed wavespell that we've just begun a few days ago. Today is March 20th, white electric world bridger. For those of you in Australia, it is self-existing hand, so welcome wherever you're tuning in from this report. So today felt like a nice day to jump in. I wasn't with you on the magnetic day because what's been happening for me is I've been getting some signals that I want to reassess how I'm showing up in this group and maybe come with some fresh ideas, a fresh take on what I'm sharing here and what we're creating together, and wanting to open up that more. And that feels very resonant with us now journeying into the yellow seed wavespell. Yellow magnetic seed was the 18th of March, just a few days ago, and that catalyzed us into a whole new cycle. Now, this 13-day cycle stands out quite strongly on the Tzolk'in, which is, I'll put it up here, you can see, this is the way of tracking the days in the Mayan Dreamspell calendar, in the Mayan Dreamspell system. And why is this wavespell a standout one? Well, a few wavespells back, we had the Red Serpent wavespell. Now, for a lot of you, I'm sure you can remember, about 2 weeks ago, it was a pretty heavy time. And the last week and a half, seemed like there was a bit of a coasting energy going on. We were kind of floating through and a bit of a dreamy energy, filling up the space, expanding, opening. And now we are kind of diving back in for another integration. And starting today, March 20th, we are entering another 10 days of gap days. 10 straight days of gap days. Now, what is a gap day? Again, look on this photo here and you'll see there's a green column of highlighted days for 10 days, and it's on either side of the Tzolk'in, right in between the middle column. And on these days, they're called galactic activation portal days. And what this is it's where our very mundane 3D physical reality is merging and weaving with more of a cosmic energetic reality. And it's a time of receiving messages, receiving insights, receiving deeper communications, and probably quite a bit of change. And these changes can come in very unexpected ways, and when you may not even see them coming or feel like you're ready for them. And that's what I've been feeling with this page. I'm feeling that something is being communicated through me and my intuition that's guiding me to reassess, maybe bring a new spark of life in, a new fresh spark of energy in some way. So I will be still dropping in some sporadic daily memes with the energies, but I'm also giving myself some time to see what Spirit's wanting for this page and to see what my intuition guides me to. And that leads me to pose the question to all of you. For those of you who are here today on this video with me, share your ideas. What would you love to see here? The yellow seed wavespell often teaches us seeds don't normally grow on their own. Seeds come from an apple where maybe there was 10 seeds, or from some fruit where there were hundreds of seeds inside of it. We grow in teams, and even if you grow into a magnolia flower and I grow into a tiger lily and this person grows into a tree and that person grows into an orange, some expression of self, we're all growing, we're all feeding from the same soil, we're all breathing in the same oxygen, we're all absorbing the same sunlight, and we can work like an ecosystem. So the yellow seed wavespell will probably nudge you lovingly into community in whatever way that looks like for you. Community could look like opening up an old WhatsApp group you used to have with a group of friends, and you just kind of close the group chat, opening it back up and diving in again. Or it could look like expanding somehow in your work so that you get to see and connect and collaborate with other people. the yellow seed can really teach us what is it to grow together. And with that, having that strong seed of individuality, because what I fully believe, and this is something that's been coming really clear for me from the first day of this yellow seed wave spell, is I believe in individuality. I believe in unified individuality, where we can all be distinct, powerful individuals and be unified in that essence, be unified in that uniqueness. And for me, that feels like a really right message that's coming through, and somehow I want to tailor that more into this group. So I'm just giving myself some space and time to figure out what that looks like. And I'm open to hearing your suggestions. It's a powerful 10 days, so up to March 29th, you may notice it's pretty heightened energies. There's a lot happening, and you may not have an answer for it. And I feel it's really important to remember that. Sometimes things are going to happen in life. Sometimes you're going to feel a certain way, and you may not have the answer why. You may not know why. And guess what? You don't have to know why. Think about that seed that you plant in the ground. That seed goes through a pretty long phase where it's finding its way up through the dirt. At first it can't move, it's just immobile, planted into the earth, and then it grows and gets a little more traction, a little more raised, a little more elevation, and it grows stronger. The seed may not know what's happening, it may not know where it's going, but on some deep, deep subconscious internal level, it knows that it's destined to blossom. It knows that it's destined to reach this culminating essence of ripening and expansion. So see if you can find that trust. These 10 days may present you with things that are giving you the fertilizer, that are giving you the nourishment and the oxygen and the energy, or the shedding to really grow into your fullness. And trust that. Trust it with all of your heart and soul. And if it's feeling rocky at times, my suggestion is always just take time alone, somewhere where you can really be with yourself. And preferably, you can be with spirit, whatever that means for you, whether that's in nature, or whether that's in a library or a cozy restaurant cafe all by yourself, somewhere where you feel you can connect to yourself and just breathe and ask yourself, am I in danger here? Am I at harm? Is this really something bad happening? Or maybe I'm just growing right now. Maybe I'm just experiencing a bit of discomfort. Maybe I'm just experiencing a bit of confusion. How much can I target my vision? And just keep it focused on that essence of trust. Not having to be ultimately focused on what's going to come of it, but being focused on, I know I'm on my way, and I know that life's got my back. That's the mantra for this wave spell that's been coming through pretty strongly for me, and I invite you to embrace if you feel it resonating in your body. Now, to cap off this weather report today, I want to pull a tarot card reading, see what the tarot's also inviting us to reflect upon for this new 13-day cycle, this time of blossoming and targeting and focusing. And we got the card of justice, which is really about balance, having healthy discernment for balancing your mind, balancing your attention and your intention, being able to see all of life from a sense of justice and fairness, like karma. This is happening. All right, well, this is happening in my highest good, so how can I see that? How can I humble myself here? How can I find grace here? How can I find balance and beauty and justice here? Finding that integrity within. That peace in you that is constant, a constant source of love, of fuel, of light, the seed within you that is indestructible. We all have within us some seed that is indestructible, some core essence of self. So find what feeds that, or let it find you. Ask yourself daily during this wave spell, what feeds my core? And you may be surprised at what you find. You can make a habit of it every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. Just keep a piece of paper right there. Tape it on your bedpost if you need to. What feeds my core essence? What fed my core essence today? Some days you may say nothing, and some days you may be really surprised at what you find. And when you have this kind of practice, often what happens is as you build that awareness, it will just start pouring into your life, because when you're open for it, it will come in. So many blessings from my heart to yours. Again, please let me know if you had any, or if you have any after this, intuitions or thoughts or feelings come up around what you would love to see on this page. or what you've really been enjoying on this page. What's been really lighting you up and what you'd love to see more of that you've already been seeing. I think that kind of feedback would be really helpful for me to create a magical space here. So lots of love, in Lakesha Lakin, and I'll be seeing you soon.